Hey guys, so this video is the second Art Addicts Alliance video, and before I get into the drawing itself and all the complications I had, I just want to say that there is a massive art raffle going on, and it's to help raise money for Dory's Stories operation, and I will link her video below, herself explaining the situation herself, but very basically she has to have an operation to take care of a health complication that she has, and she was also, by no fault of her own, laid off by her employer, so she has no insurance and no job to go back to. So the rest of the members have decided to, and this is a surprise, so if this is the first video you're watching, surprise Dory, to put together an art raffle. So how it's basically going to work, and I'm going to also link Claire from Blacksummer Coloring's video explaining this better than I will, but it's going to be $5 to enter the raffle, and there are a bunch of prizes to win, and that includes prints, originals, and all that stuff. And you can also buy some of the originals outright if you don't want to take a chance on, if you want to make sure that you get the original that you want, and it's first come first serve, and you don't want to just leave it to chance with the raffle, you can just buy it outright, and they're going for cheaper than what they otherwise would, so it's all a deal. It's all a deal. So like I said, I'll link Claire's video, and she has a slideshow showing all the prizes that can be won, and I'll also link the Just Giving page. I should probably also mention that you have that whenever you donate $5, there will be an email that with a message that you have to fill out a Google form, so that we can contact you if you win, because justgiving.com doesn't give out contact info. So yeah, I guess you can also donate anonymously if you don't want to worry about like the raffle and stuff, but we're all really excited about this, and we'd all be really appreciative of anything that you're willing to donate. So okay, now as I said, the theme this month was One with Nature, and I wasn't quite sure what to do originally. I feel like me coming up with a concept for this was so long ago, but I had a couple different ideas. My original idea was like a tree spirit coming out of a tree to like feed a baby deer or something. That was my initial idea, and it was kind of like my backup plan in case I couldn't come up with something better. And I knew that I could, there's two ways my mind was going. I was like thinking more like fantasy kind of One with Nature, or more like here is an image of someone out there enjoying nature. And I guess you could argue that this kind of is still like that, but I just kept thinking of like pictures that you find on Pinterest of someone like climbing a mountain or something. So then I came up with the idea that my dog is barking, or growling, that someone kind of like a hippie person, sort of living a kind of bohemian life. So she's one with nature in the sense that this is the kind of life she lives. She's really, like I said, she lives the bohemian life. So I was originally going to have her TikTok stop it, washing her clothes in the river waterfall thingy here, but while it looked nice in my sketchbook, I could not get it to work with the size of the paper. Composition wise, it just kept looking very awkward, so instead I had her bathing in it instead. And I felt that this kind of fit better with the one with nature theme anyway, so yeah. I've really been into this, like, regular hair over, like, dreads look that I've been seeing, like, on the internet, and I think it looks really cool, so that's what I went for here. Okay, so what else did I want to talk about? I felt like there was so much I wanted to get to. You might have noticed that there was not a video on Tuesday, and I will tell you that I had every intention of uploading one. The picture's even done. I even scrambled to get it done by Tuesday, but my editing software quit. It just won't open. I even uninstalled and reinstalled it twice, but it just keeps shutting down every time I try to open it. So, the other day, I went to look for a different software, and I was going to get Filmora. Is that what it's called? I think it is. And I like the software. It's very user-friendly and stuff, but it was going to have this huge watermark unless I bought it, which I wouldn't mind if it wasn't for the fact that my bank has done this thing, basically, where I can't really... It's technically to block international purchases, but it's been blocking pretty much every purchase I've been trying to make, because a lot of, like, payment stuff is out of the country. And, so the only way I can buy things is if I transfer money over to my PayPal balance. And, that takes 5 days to go through, so that wasn't enough time to edit either of these videos. So I was basically stuck. I've been defeated. I'm forced to use Windows Media Maker to edit this because I couldn't find it would. Okay, at the moment of this recording, it's Thursday, and it's like mid-Thursday, and I had to finish the video, edit the video, do this recording, and get the thumbnail already all today. I did not have enough time to learn a new editing software on such short notice to do this video. So yeah, I've kind of had like a lot going on, just basically I've been trying to keep everything as straight as possible because, yeah, I don't know, I've had a lot to just get done, anyway, I'll quit complaining about that, but that's the reason why there was no video on Tuesday, so, and that's the reason why the quality might not be quite as nice on this video, but yeah, I really agonized over it. TikTok. Anyway, so, going back to the picture, another funny story is, this technically isn't because I had inked this before I inked what should have gone up on Tuesday's video, picture thing, but this was like my last piece of cardstock, so this was almost a watercolor piece, so that's an interesting fact, which I wouldn't have mind doing this in watercolor, but I really wanted to use certain Copics on it. I kind of wish, like, I would have done the, you can see there's, like, I don't know what to call it, like, this blob of color that's supposed to show, like, the leaves in the back of that weeping willow tree, and I think I made it too light. I think I should have made it a little bit darker so it kind of stood out against the sky. I think it's just a little too light. Also, the water. I knew the water was going to be a problem. That's why I left it until last, or not quite last, but like I left it until later, because drawing water is so hard because it's so reflective, and if it's moving, it's different. You know what I mean? So I just kind of did the best I could. I don't know. I also think there maybe should have been a little bit more contrast in the picture. Sometimes I feel like there's just too many light areas, but I think it's more of a lighting thing. I don't know. I think I could afford to practice lighting more, because I feel like that's a problem with a lot of my pieces lately, is I'm like, ugh, the lighting is bad. Or at least, even if it's not bad, it's not as, like, dramatic, or it's not helping me, basically. It's not, doing me a service of what I think it could, like, you know, helping give the mood, telling the story, or whatever. But, yeah, I had trouble with the water. And I also think that the area above that waterfall there, I think the perspective really goofs up there. But, yeah, so. Doing, like, green on foliage and stuff like that, it's one of my favorite things to color with Copics, because I have certain colors I really like to use, and it's kind of like working my way around the color wheel, and it's one of those things that's very pleasing to do. I don't know, like using like blue for the shadows and working my way to a blue-green, to a green, to a yellow, which is what I did a lot here, was using like yellow for the lightest parts and using blue and blue-greens to do the shading. I think it makes things a little bit more appealing, kind of helps it to tie together a bit and kind of separate like cool and warmer areas, because otherwise I feel like if you just sort of like shade greens with greens, it tends to look a little bit bland. I don't know. That's just something that I've personally noticed, and it's something that I think I could afford to remind myself whenever coloring other things. It's just, like I said, I have certain colors that I use whenever it comes to doing like things like this. So yeah, that just about wraps it up. I hope I got to everything. Like I said, I feel like I had so much to talk about, and then I feel like my mind blanks. Of course, all of the other Art Addicts Alliance members will be listed down below, their channels, and there'll also be a little raffle copter for people to enter to be next month's featured artist. I'm not quite exactly sure exactly how it works, but you still have to meet the certain requirements. But yeah, I'll have all that linked. I'll have Claire's video linked. I'll have Dory's video linked. I'll have the Just Giving page linked, and the poll for next month's themes that you can vote on. I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.